It's time for 3 Up.
Oh, welcome to the NFL, Drake May.
3 Down.
Oh, my God, do something, even if it's wrong.
With Greg Bedard from BostonSportsJournal.com. 3 Up.
Gerard Mayo should be having a conniption on the sideline.
3 Down.
This is inexcusable.
On Belger and Mass on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Excellent updated version. 3 Up, 3 Down is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, obviously with Greg Bedard. Enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. Do we say 3 Up, 3 Down from the last preseason game or all of training camp?
All of camp.
Yep.
All of camp, says Maz. Go ahead. Number one up, number one star from training camp and the preseason, Greg.
Keon White. In the games, he's sort of, bullied second and third stringers, which he should do. He also showed really well in camp. But I think he's part of the reason why Matthew Judon is not here anymore, and now we need to see what he does in the regular season.
Unlike Greg, I was not at camp. I don't see why that should matter. Jalen Polk. I thought Polk was terrific based on everything I read, everything I saw. I think the kid's a legitimate NFL player. I'm not telling you he's a superstar. He can play in the league. Number 2 receiver. Looks like a solid pro.
Number 2.
Layden Robinson. I know it wasn't great the other night, but as a whole, his camp, he had in the one-on-one drills, he had the best stats. I think he was 9-1-1 during the summer. He showed really well in the first 2 preseason games. He's pushing for a starting spot, and I'll be interested to see, can he improve on some of the mistakes he had in this last game.
The second star, according to Greg Bedard, Maz.
Layden Robinson.
Yep.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yep.
Drake May, by the end of camp, had taken a major upswing, and a nation turns its lonely eyes to you. It's all on Drake May now.
Number 3.
Drake May, just for what he's done over the last 2.5 weeks. He's checked every box. He's gotten more and more comfortable. He's been much more decisive. You can see it in his throwing motion when he sees it and he anticipates. He doesn't have the hitch as much, and he just lets it go. I do think that there's a little bit of fool's gold there. That that especially like that out that he threw for the touchdown to Kevin Harris. Okay, that works against second stringers in the preseason. Do that in a regular season game, it's probably going the other way. He threw 3 hospital balls the other night too. But as a whole, he keeps checking off boxes, and his improvement has been tremendous this last 2.5 weeks.
Maz.
Keon White. I had Keon White third again. To me, he was noticeable all of camp.
3 down. Number 1, dud from training camp / preseason.
Charles Turner, a center from LSU. He was.
He barely played.
Come on, Greg, like an actual player.
Why don't you give me like parameters?
Jacoby Brissett is the answer. He's failing as the starter.
No, I'm not putting. He's not on my 3 down list. I'm going with Charles Turner. Fine, you can go with.
I've never heard of Charles Turner.
You asked me for 3 up and 3 down from training camp in the preseason. You didn't say they have to play.
We have to have heard of them, Greg. Come on.
Nope.
Bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now he's on strike. He's pouting.
No, I gave you my answer.
They've cut him already, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll go with mine.
Go ahead.
Okay, Chuks Okorafor. After the way that thing ended and having to move from left tackle to right tackle, then they put him at left tackle, you could put a recliner out there at left tackle and get more protection than what he gave, because at least the quarterback would know where he can step for the guy to avoid him. That's it. The guy is useless. Useless.
Second down.
Marcellus Dial, a 6th-round pick this year. He started off pretty well, but man, he was horrendous in these last 2 preseason games.
I'll take your word for it.
Go ahead, Maz.
Nick Leverett. That guy sucks. He is just. I went with all offensive linemen. I'm sorry. Does he understand that in the shotgun, you're not supposed to skid the ball on the ground? It's not like skipping rocks on a pond. You actually have to get the ball to the quarterback in the air.
I'm actually, unless Greg's going to give us an actual player, I'm going to just let you sit this one out, okay?
Go ahead.
You're suspended.
Yeah, that's fine.
McCarthy, do you have a couple down for me? Like, who is a suck-assiest Patriot player in training camp in the preseason?
I don't know if it's suck-ass, but I'm concerned about Christian Gonzalez, so I would put him on my down list.
No, you can't put him on the down list just because you're concerned. That's not a down.
You're suspended for the rest of this segment.
I'm just telling you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Turn my microphone back on. This is a bunch of crap.
He's been muted.
Your number one down is Chris Gonzalez. Number two, Matt?
Chuksa Okorafor. I mean, everything Maz just said. I mean, I think it's a complete and total disaster. Pick anybody on that Patriots offensive line. Right side, left side, doesn't matter. Chuksa Okorafor runs it all.
Third down, Maz?
Antonio Maffi. Remember I said to you...
He was going to be my third.
Okay, good. Then
Dumbass.
So Maffi's another one where you look at it and you say, remember I said to you, the first thing
Is he a name?
The first thing you have to do on offense is block. Otherwise, none of it works. I was wrong. The first thing you have to do is snap the ball. Correct. Which apparently Mafia had some difficulty with. I know he's not a center. I get the idea.
How do they only have one guy on the roster who can deliver the ball?
Another thing. You got me. To me, the offensive line is an unmitigated disaster.
McCarthy.
It is a calamity. It is that bad.
Third down.
Yeah, it might be a little bit unfair, but I'll just to throw the name out there. I mean, I know Marte Mapu's been hurt, but third round pick, like you want to see, it's one of those camps you want to see a guy like that take a next step, and obviously that hasn't happened. So yeah, I mean Gonzalez and Mapu might be a little bit unfair, but like throw them on the list of guys you wanted to see take a step, and maybe that didn't happen.
Jimmy Stewart, number one down.
Jacoby Brissett. He was the anointed starter by the Patriots, and he has sucked the entire preseason. Start Drake May and start him week 1.
Can anyone remember
because he is the better player. The coach says it. The coach believes it. But all these media people who are mobbed up are like, oh, his footwork. Oh, his hitch. I don't know. I don't know if he can start week 4-ish.
Can you even remember the names that Greg mentioned, 1 and 2?
No, I didn't know who Charles Turner was.
Oh, but you remember the name?
Well, no. The only reason I know is because 5 minutes ago I looked up and he was at the bottom of the PFF grades list for preseason. He was like the worst offensive lineman in all of football.
Sounds like a down to me.
Okay, you want to talk to Greg on players other than those other two? Whoever, again, I've forgotten the names. Turner?
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Maz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.